even versed on this stuff. I got people that come in here that are way better versed on this stuff than you are. You must have just became a sovereign citizen. Is that what you're alleging? You're a sovereign citizen?
Even before this courtroom exchange begins, you can sense where it's going. This isn't an ordinary case. It's a moment where the law meets personal belief, and the tension is clear. On one side is the court, guided by established rules, procedures, and authority. On the other side is a defendant who challenges the system itself, questioning its power, denying their legal identity, and demanding proof of authority in ways the court simply doesn't follow. What makes this situation interesting is that these kinds of arguments aren't new. They've shown up in courtrooms many times, often based on misunderstandings about how legal systems, contracts, and authority actually work. But what really shapes the outcome isn't just the argument, it's how the judge handles it. Because a courtroom isn't a place for open debate. It runs on structure and rules. And when someone refuses to follow those rules, things can quickly get more serious. So as this plays out, consider this. Should the court spend extra time explaining these ideas, or is it up to the defendant to come prepared and work within the legal system?
This is the City of Detroit versus Contrell Eugene Grigsby, case number SP 187-02651, SP 187-6119, counts 1 and counts 2, SP 187-61221. Appearance for the record, please.
Erica Harris, on behalf of Mr. Grigsby, please state your name for the record. You do not want counsel. Understood. I withdraw my appearance, Your Honor.
All right, Mr. Grigsby, state your name for the record, please.
For the record, I am in special appearance for Contrell Eugene Grigsby, Jr.
All right, day is date and time. Good morning to you. Day is date and time set for a show cause. I'll enter a not guilty plea on your behalf. I'll give you a $0 bond. What do you want to do? Do you want to speak to the city attorney and see if you can work it out? Or you want a trial date, sir?
I would like to speak to an attorney because I have some demands that I sent to you, and I don't know if you got, but I will have some demands I would like to give to the court before anything else move on.
Okay. So you want to speak with the city attorney? I'm gonna put you in the breakout room with the city attorney. Why don't you go in the city attorney and let they're in there talking. I'm gonna put you in a different breakout room. Join the room, speak with the city attorney, see if you can work it out.
Can I ask you a question?
You may.
I had emailed you some documents and sent some documents. Did you receive the documents that I emailed?
I do not think I have those offhand. What are the documents you sent me, sir? You just sent that stuff today?
Yes.
All right, I'm gonna put this in your file.
Okay, thank you.
Affidavit of status.
Yeah, I sent it in the mail as well, but I didn't think it would have come in time. That's why I just resent it today.
All right. Act of expatriation and oath of allegiance and deed of reconveyance.
Yeah.
All right. We'll just put it all in this file.
About to join the room now.
Go to the room. Wait on Miss Horn. I'm gonna see if she joins that room. We'll pass the matter.
Thank you.
Are we ready on Mr. Grigsby?
Yeah, Your Honor, Tamika Horn on behalf of the city. I believe he has a question for the court.
Let's go back on the record with Mr. Grigsby. Mr. Grigsby, I've given you an opportunity to speak to counsel. What do you want to do? What do you want to do, Mr. Grigsby?
I would like the court to show me a contract that we have with each other that signed with both our red signature before I move on, to prove that you have any jurisdiction over me.
All right, I'm not going to show you anything. It's not my job to show you anything. You read the court rules and go by the court rules. If you don't know the court rules, then hire an attorney and they can help you with the court rules. But we're not going through all of that. Do you want
Your Honor, I did
Let me ask you, do you want a trial date or you want to take a deal? Did you give him a deal?
I did offer that, but he didn't want to go further without the information he just presented to the court. I did ask him as far as any written documentation, and he did as to whether he has the complaint / the ticket charging document. He did say he stated that he had that. I asked him if we can move forward with a trial, and that way the officer can be here for testimony. The offer for the record, Your Honor, and that's one of the things I wanted to do, would be disorderly conduct, amended from to entering owner's property, vacant property without permission.
I will send you what I will send you and forward what he just sent the court. Well, he sent it earlier today. I'm going to forward this to you, Ms. Horn, so you'll have it.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right. This is one email he sent me. This is another email he sent me. I think some of it is the same, but you can go and we put the stuff in the file. And I think that's it.
Okay, thank you, Your Honor. Received.
All right, so you've got the offer, you don't want the offer, you want a trial date, you want a jury trial? We're just going to schedule a jury trial for this because if you don't, if you know, this is a situation where you are going to try to move on. Sounds like you're trying to move on your own rules, and you got to go by the court rules. And that special appearance and that kind of stuff, I just don't understand it.
And Your Honor, in response, I did advise him that as a person without a law license in Michigan, you can't represent someone else. So if he's claiming not to be the person who's been charged with the document, he can't represent that person as a special appearance. That would be unauthorized practice of law, in my opinion.
Yeah, I mean, we're just not going to go down that rabbit hole either. We're just going to do a jury trial date, sir. If you don't want to take the offer, you will admit that Ms. Horn gave you an offer, right? I'm muting you, Ms. Lyons. You got some background noise. You will admit Ms. Horn gave you an offer, correct?
Correct. And can I ask a question? You said that you did give my my affidavit of rebuttal, right?
I got all that stuff. I put it in the file.
Right. Can I that be put on? Can I be put on a record? I would like that to be put on a record.
On the record, I put it in your file.
All right, I'm just making sure.
Now, you gotta answer my question now. What about what do you want to? I'm going to give you a jury trial. Give me jury trial date, please.
And Your Honor, for the record, if he's not accepting jurisdiction, I'm not sure why he's sending responses or even in court today.
I don't know. I know we have some other people. Everybody's going to get their time to be heard, so we'll get him a jury. Yeah, do you mean?
Because it's been more than 15 days, and like I said, the paperwork I had mailed it out, but I wasn't sure that it got to y'all today. That's why I made sure I hear just for he went just for that we wouldn't, you know, like I wouldn't be showed as a didn't come. That's basically why I make sure.
I know. So what Ms. Horn is saying, put your appearance on the record, please, Ms. Horn.
Yes, Your Honor. Tamika Horn on behalf of the people, P70303.
So what Ms. Horn is saying is that you're acknowledging that you're Contrail Eugene Grigsby, right?
I'm acknowledging that I'm acknowledging that I am. Let me show you. I reject the assumption that I am a paper lunatic.
You're not even versed on this stuff. I got people that come in here that are way better versed on this stuff than you are. You must have just became a sovereign citizen. Is that what you're alleging? You're a sovereign citizen?
No, sir. No, sir.
Okay, so what is your basis for all this special appearance and things like that?
That you don't. I need some type of contract for you that say you to have power to a judge to rule over me. I need some. I'm not a citizen of the state.
You're not a citizen of the state?
No, I'm not a citizen of the state. So
So you're your own sovereign, you're your own sovereign citizen,
No,
right?
no, I'm not. That's an oxymoron. No, I'm not an oxymoron. No, that's an oxymoron. A sovereign citizen. It can't be because a citizen give the state or the feds make you a ward, and I'm not. I am grown. I am the living being. Like I said, that's why I sent you my. That's why I sent you what I sent you, my rebuttals, because I reject the presumption that in attendance
Jury trial date, what is that?
applies to any jurisdiction, observe all rights and waive none.
Let me make sure that's not a Wednesday.
I challenge the presumption that the members of the private bar guild acting as judges, prosecutors, or magistrates are immune to personal accountability for their actions. I demand proof of their immunity and accountability under the law. I reject the presumption that
All right. Here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna give you a day in court. If you want us to appoint an attorney so they can help you with procedure, we can do that. No. So we're gonna order a jury. Ms. Horn, I'm gonna set a final pretrial date, and I need all parties to appear on the final pretrial date. You don't have to appear in person, but
Yes.
I need to have the officers here to make sure that we're gonna go on this. And then that's gonna be May the 4th at 8:30, final pretrial. And then May the 5th, Cinco de Mayo, we're gonna have a jury trial. That's gonna be in person. So Mr. Grigsby, you can come by Zoom on May the 4th, 2026 at 8:30. I want all parties to appear. That court date is really set to make sure that Ms. Horn has her officers together and that Ms. Horn is ready to go. Ms. Horn, if those officers do not appear on April the 4th, we're going to dismiss the cases. If they're here, we're going to have a jury trial on May the 5th, 2026. All parties must appear in person.
So noted, Your Honor. Thank you.
All right. Anything else, Mr. Griggs?
No, sir. Enjoy the rest of your day.
Very good. Best of luck to you. Have a very good rest of your day.
And here's the key moment. The judge has reached his limit. Instead of getting pulled into arguments that don't apply, he redirects the case to what truly matters: due process. Here's the simple truth. A court doesn't need a personal contract with someone to have authority. Its power comes from the law, the charges filed, and its legal role. That's why the judge refuses to go further with those claims and takes a meaningful step. He grants the defendant a jury trial. This is the system doing exactly what it's meant to do. There's something else worth noticing. Even with clear frustration, the judge remains fair. He considers the filings, offers choices, and moves the case forward in a way where facts, not personal beliefs, will determine the result. Now it all comes down to what happens next. When the trial begins, will the defendant continue with the same approach, or will they shift to face the reality of the legal process? If this case caught your attention, share your thoughts and stay tuned for more detailed courtroom insights.